if you had bought, in fact, with looking at the investments of the IPL lately, we wonder the kind of profits that many of the investors have made is simply inexplainable. I mean, it's something, it's probably the best investment, those who actually put money in the IPL, the best investment that they ever have made. If I could take you through a simple example that I could give you here. If you had bought gold worth $67 million in 2008, approximately 525 crore rupees that is, today you would have made around $340 million. That's approximately 2,900 crore rupees. That if you invested in gold. Now, let me compare that with an IPL team. If you had invested that same amount in an IPL team, like for example Rajasthan Royals, which just got sold recently, that same investment would have yielded you $1.63 billion today. That's 15,290 crore rupees. Imagine, for an investment of barely around 525 crores, today the investors have made nearly 15,290 crores, roughly about 2,000%. The RCB Royal Challengers, for example, RCB Bengaluru Royal Challengers Bengaluru bought for $111 million back then, which was approximately about 930 crores, is now valued at a whopping $1.78 billion. That's approximately 16,600 odd crore rupees. Imagine the growth, the money and the wealth that they've managed to I don't know, 2,000 times the amount that they've earned. Tells you how serious these investors are when they put money into a game like this. Imagine this profit. It's a completely different league altogether. Remember that phrase that we say, money makes money? In this case, the rich have just gotten richer, and how? In just a few hours, 2 IPL teams have been priced at levels that nobody could have imagined 10 to 15 or 20 years ago. This tells you the Indian Premier League here is no longer just cricket, it's a big business. Earlier, team owners were celebrities, businessmen, familiar faces in India. There was a lot of glamour and pride. There was a bit of vanity as well in owning an IPL team. But now the game has changed and taken a serious turn. Look at who owns these teams today. For RCB, for example, the new ownership includes the Aditya Birla Group, the Times of India Group, and David Blitzer, who's a global sports investor with stakes across leagues. Blackstone, one of the world's biggest investment firms, who've invested in RCB. For Rajasthan Royals, for that matter, the ownership includes Skull Somani, Rob Walton, who's the owner of Denver Broncos, the Hamp family linked to the Detroit Lions and major US industry. This is important because this is not money that is, emotionally spent into these leagues. In fact, it's serious money where these men, women abroad have invested in multiple sporting leagues across the world, and they truly believe in the sport and believe in its richness. Clearly, they're looking at IPL as one of the richest leagues, and that's where the money is coming in, and they are now serious about it because these investors are not just looking at cricket and all the fandom and fanfare. They're looking at media rights, brand power, digital reach, fan base, sponsorship deals, and future growth, of course. In simple terms, IPL teams are now being treated like business assets, and there's serious money here and also could benefit the game most certainly, because these are people, investors who've invested like in the leagues of NFL. And that's why this matters the most. It shows that Indian cricket has built something the world wants to own now, that it's so prestigious that there's money coming in from all over the globe for the IPL. IPL is not just India's biggest sports league, it's become one of the world's most valuable sports properties. But with this kind of money, a lot of questions now, whether cricket will become stronger, or is it just commercial? Does it improve the sport or add pressure to deliver profits instead? Does it bring fans closer or turn them into just numbers? Well, whatever the hype, is it worth it? Let me bring our guest joining us, Harish Bijur, who's a brand guru and founder of Harish Bijur Consultants. Thanks very much, sir, for joining us. A quick understanding from you on the kind of money that's gone into IPL, teams like RCB and Rajasthan Royals, a 2,000% profit that they've gained. selling these teams, and now those who have bought these teams, I mean, they are serious players. They've invested in multiple sporting leagues across the globe, and IPL they see is right now very lucrative, and they put in their money. What does it, in your perception, do to the sport except for just branding and, you know, better publicity? What does it really, what could it do to the sport? We have a sports journalist as well, Mahavir Rawat, and Shekhar Vijayan, who's a sports commentator, joining us. Over to you, Harish.
See, firstly, let me put it this way, that the last 2 days have been very exciting days for the IPL and cricket ecosystem, particularly new wave cricket, as I call it, because anything that's IPL oriented, not played in white, not played in blues, but played in multicolor, you know, we're really talking these numbers to be big. 1.78 billion thrown out there, 1.63 billion thrown out there. I think terrific monies. Point number one is that for the first time, true blue valuation has hit the street or hit the bank. Because, you know, valuation games go on all the time. I personally have been valuing IPL teams for the past 11 and a half years out of these 18. And every year we do something, leave it there for somebody to pick it up. But this is the first time that somebody is actually bitten into it. Two consortiums actually bitten into RCB and Rajasthan Royals. Now, if two teams have gone, you know, the enterprise value of IPL in 2025 was 18.5 billion US dollars. And that seems so yesterday. 2025 is so yesterday, because today's valuation is going to put a multiple of 2 on that. And that's the excitement for the other teams within the IPL, whether they be the original 8 of 2008 or they be newer teams. I think valuation, salivation is the name of the game at this point of time.
Okay, so, you know, we saw Vijay Mallya commenting on it, and he was very quick to say, well, when I bought it, it was viewed as a vanity project. People mocked me, and he said it so right? I mean, in many ways, he's a defaulter. I probably shouldn't be glorifying him, but in many ways, I feel Vijay Mallya was way ahead of his time. And what
Absolutely, why not? In
yeah.
fact, Vijay Mallya needs to be credited for what he did in the early days.
Yeah.
He was a guy who actually put money into a sport, and that was big money those days. You know, with all the troubles that he had elsewhere, he had put in big money. And I think that really shows the vision of the man to say that, hey, listen, if I park my money out here, it's going to go places. It's such a pity that he's not here to be a part of that. But the point
I think,
is,
Harish, you and I as Bangaloreans have a soft corner for Mr. Mallya.
No. Let me put it, Nabila, yes, you and I certainly have a soft corner for him, because he was a poster boy, you know, of Bengaluru for a long period of time, and IPL actually catapulted him to something. So if IPL took him somewhere up, you know, his aviation kingfisher took him somewhere down. There's not a program on Mallya, but let me put it that, you know, I think he needs to be credited. But again,
Lalit Modi, who created IPL.
Again, out of this country, absconding. But, you know, he's the guy, I would credit him with, you know, laying the foundation for 18.5 billion US dollar enterprise value, and maybe the 3.9 billion US dollar of standalone IPL, which we witnessed today. I think total credits to them. Because, you know, the history of sporting leagues will actually move in this manner. You know, when you're young, when you're just born, you just need one parent. That one parent was possibly Vijay Mallya, possibly Mukesh Ambani, Neeta Ambani. But, you know, after a period of time, you need more than one parent to take care of you. And coincidentally, just as IPL hits 18, you know, 18 is that adult age, you know, all of a sudden, two teams have decided we are grown up, and I think we need a valuation. And they've got a valuation, and they're running out. And now the parentage is a consortium parentage. And this I like because it brings in process, system, attitude, math, and of course chemistry, which the sport will bring into the party. But all this is going to make the sport even more salivating to a whole host of investors from across the globe, not only India.
You know, RCB as of today is valued at 16,600 crores. That's, I don't know how many folds jump, 2,000% I'm told. It was earlier valued at 930 crores around in 2008 or so, and now 16,600 crores. Is this a valuation we are looking at across the board? All IPL teams are valued around this much, or does it vary?
I vary it. In my valuation, I vary it. I make four clusters of teams. The first two clusters, which I've just made 2 days ago, is RCB and RR. Fundamentally, because they've tasted money, money has hit the road and is hitting the bank. This is cluster one. Cluster two is Mumbai Indians and CSK.
Yeah.
Both with 5 big wins. And both with a fan base which they've built assiduously in a big manner. So hats off to the Ambanis and to CSK for what they've done. And cluster three is KKR, and that is completely Shah Rukh Khan. The image that has been brought into the party, maybe not as successful as the other teams, but the brand image is big and fan following good. And the last cluster is my Sunrisers, my Delhi Capitals, my Gujarat Titans, my Punjab Kings, and whoever left out, Lucknow, Super Giants as the last cluster. Each of these will face a different valuation. The first one has hit the road. The second, Mumbai Indians and CSK, likely to be on a higher valuation than both these teams which have bitten money. And KKR may be lesser than that. And of course, the last cluster, the least of the lot. But the original 2008 guys, the OGs as I call them, are going to taste a lot of success.
Wow. What does it do to the game? Okay, yeah. I asked you that question, right?
Game?
Yeah.
Game? Okay, there's something called cricket, okay? There's something called pure cricket. And then there's something called cricketainment. What we're talking about is cricketainment. Gone are the days, forgotten are the days of pure cricket. Cricket played in whites, the wisdom-oriented cricket, etc., the form of the game, the play of the game, etc. In came Kerry Packer, changed it into a different format, and then in came, IPL, which has made it into a completely different ball game altogether. So this is cricketainment, the meeting spot of business and cinema combining together to create a game. Fortunately for us, what this does is it churns up a whole lot of cricketers who hopefully will come into the purest form of the game as well at some point of time or the other. But the game is more than a game today. It is a cricketainment, and money goes out for that tainment portion of it, not necessarily the cricket portion.
So it's good for the fans, or good for the players, or good for both? I mean, the players will certainly earn more, but with what kind of pressure? I am going to go to Mahavir on this. But
sure.
If you can stay with us, I don't want to let you go,
no,
Harish.
I need to run.
Okay, all right.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. Mahavir, would you want to come in on this? On what this does really to the cricketers, to the spirit of the game? I'm not going to get into the optics of it or the fanfare around it, but what does it do to the game itself?
I don't know what it's going to do with the game, because the game has already reached its pinnacle. I mean, look, if you had said that you want to invest in these teams 2008, I would have better invested in Bitcoin at that point of age, and I'm sure that would have given me 10 times more result than what IPL would have given me right now. I still feel that where is this money going? The money is going to the BCCI, it's okay. But has BCCI put that money? Look, the money and the evaluation that you all have said is that it's based on totally because it's a fan-based game. Okay, the fans are increased. And I think this is the topmost level. And I know that the broadcasters are facing a lot of loss over this, and from here I don't see it going much higher than this. There will be a stagnation for a point of time, but I'm just saying that, look, all whatever had to be said about the market, the fellow panelist before us has already explained everything, and I think that's his field, and he has given it a much he has thrown a lot of light on it. But as if you and me want to go to watch a match in, suppose, Firozshah Kotla of Delhi, has BCCI enriched my viewing experience as a fan? Is getting a ticket so easy? Is sitting there, reaching there, going out and sitting with the family made easy? Like I went to US and there was a NBA finals that I witnessed, and there was a baseball that I witnessed. They don't create that much of money that IPL does, But the smoothness of your parking, the smoothness of the way fans are allowed to enter, the cleanliness, everything is A1 over there. It's an experience over there. Right now, what I think that the money is coming, I understand. I don't know, BCCI already has got this money. Not that it can start distributing all the money among itself. All I am saying is that since the money is coming on the back of the fans, let's give fans a great experience to watch these matches from the stands, and most of this money is coming from the broadcaster, which is again a very sorry thing, that it's actually people who are going on the field who are making it very popular. And one thing, that look, today people can buy the teams and sell teams, make money, everything. Now businessmen are coming in. Earlier passionate people used to come in. I think the entire credit
But
should
what
go
do
to
you mean
Lalit
by
Modi.
passionate people? Shah Rukh Khan is passionate. He's
Yeah, he
bad.
was passionate. No, no, wait. I'll tell you. I mean, 2008. I just started my career and everything. And before this ICL had started, and there was this whole of another league which BCCI stopped because the idea was of someone else, and they had just BCCI didn't want anyone else to. And they had in fact threatened the players that if you take part in ICL, you will not be allowed to play even the domestic cricket. So
Oh.
BCCI in 2008 brought this idea, got fans, and Lalit Modi was given the entire ownership. And he didn't auction these teams. He told Mr. Mukesh Ambani, you have to buy this team. Shah Rukh Khan, I want you to buy this team. There were many other buyers, but he knew that if a KKR goes to a business conglomerate or a consortium like it is going today, it just won't get a fan. I mean, look, today there are so many fans, there are so many phones out there, but what Steve Jobs created over there is an idea. And when an idea is there, it so the passionate people, all the eight passionate, and like we all, I mean, so not we, you all were going gaga over Vijay Mallya over there, and Vijay Mallya was there, Ambani were there. So those were all people who were personally called by
No,
Lalit
this is a
Modi.
very interesting story. Can you elaborate a little more? How did Vijay Mallya sell these teams? There was no auction. He just basically pushed Shah Rukh Khan and Vijay Mallya and
It was
Ambani's to
not
buy
Vijay
it.
Mallya. Sorry, let's not give credit to Vijay Mallya, and let's also understand and respect the law of the land, that he's still absconding. He should face here. And if you talk to the people of airlines, like you are fancying him for cricket, let's also talk about the people of airlines who have lost a lot of money from Vijay Mallya. So
No, we're
let's not
talking
get
about
into that.
cricket, so we're going to stick to
So what I'm
cricket. I'm not
saying is
here to
that,
talk about
that it was,
his.
yeah,
Ha.
no, because
Just
earlier
the
I thought
forethought
that
of
it
it,
was,
right?
no, because earlier I thought that it was all about Vijay Mallya. Maybe from the Bangalore connection was coming in, it was very hard for
Not at all.
everyone to get
Not at
supplied.
all. You may have
So what?
missed
So
the.
no, no, okay. So what I am saying, that it was all about Lalit Modi, the kind of contracts that he gave, the kind of ownership that he gave,
Yeah,
the kind
correct.
of
No,
glamour he
Vijay
gave.
Mallya was spoken
He
only for
just went
RCB
on
because Vijay
on
Mallya.
the first day. On the
Vijay
first day, he
Mallya
went to
spoke,
the
made a
on the
comment,
first day
made a
he
comment
went
when
to
RCB was sold. Vijay Mallya made a comment saying, I was mocked for buying this team. When I bought it, people said it was a vanity project, but look at how people,
No, but he was
now
mocked
the
for buying
investment.
into
So
F1
that was the
also.
reference.
He was mocked for getting into F1 also, and we should mock him because look, cricket is something, not a sport that he just came
Okay,
up with
now,
something,
now tell me more. How
exceptionally
did
good.
Lalit Modi sell all these teams? How did he
No,
convince these people?
because it was an idea that he had, and he wanted to get into that NFL sort of a mode. So he didn't want just them to sell it to all those people, because there were many rich businessmen who could have gone into this idea. He wanted someone, like he wanted a Shah Rukh Khan for a KKR. Shah Rukh Khan said that, look, I want Mumbai Indians, and he said no, Mumbai Indians will go to Mr. Ambani.
But
So this
Ambani
is
is
the
also a
kind of
businessman. Ambani is also a businessman.
but he's a known businessman.
What is known, unknown?
He's a star. Don't you think he's a star?
Well, he's employed Indians, so yes, he has more relevance here in India.
So I think anybody else would have. I don't even know who owns Rajasthan Royals now, or who owned it after Vijay Mallya, who owned RCB. I don't know it. So RCB is Vijay Mallya. So Rajasthan is Shane Warne. KKR is Shah Rukh Khan. Delhi Daredevils is GMR and GSW now for us. So people now don't get into these nitty gritty. They just want to go. Aaj kiska match hai, iska match hai. So also I'm just saying that it has reached its pinnacle over there, and I don't see it getting much more popular from here, or the
Why not?
valuation
Why not?
increasing so exponential right now. I
Why
think my
not?
other panelist is also waiting. Maybe he can throw more light on.
Mahavir, you're not responding to my question on why not. Why won't it reach greater heights like the NFL?
Look, where do you get the money from? You get the money from broadcast rights. Today, there are empty stadiums being played, but the money is going through the broadcast. And I know for sure that the digital thing is doing good. The broadcast, they are making a heavy loss. Because there was one thing that IPL really made successful. All the girls, all the women that were not interested in cricket, they made it into a cricket in a 20 format game. ज़्यादा दिमाग मत लगाओ, इसने छक्का मारा, चौका मारा. It's an entertainment. So this was the children's, the girls, the female part who were not, look, purists still watched test cricket over there. But then people who were on the fringe, IPL did them to bring it into that fan base. So I think now everyone is there in the fan base. So there is a limit of everything. 18 years you have gone optimization. I mean, you have got to the optimum level. I don't think it going much or exponential growth. Look, everything is growing right now. So it will also grow, but not that exponential level.
Right. All right. Now, Shekhar Vijayan, come in on this. On the sport itself, the fanfare around IPL is already at its pinnacle. I can't imagine it growing further. But what Mahavir says is very right. The viewing experience is something that even today is not smoothened. It's still very rough at the edges, very hard to get tickets. I know the first match is in Bangalore. I have lots of friends calling me and asking me if there's a way they can get passes because they want to. The funny part is online it's all sold, but then there are MLAs still getting 4 tickets, other VIPs still getting tickets, other people still getting it for extra, in whatever black market they're getting it for 30,000 rupees a basic ticket. So if that's happening, then that I don't know where this money is really going into then, because the sport is already refined. It's the viewing experience that now needs to be enhanced.
Absolutely, Nabila. Thank you for having me over. And when you were talking about 1,500 crores, I was thinking of that line from this movie, Jerry Maguire, Show Me the Money. We're talking about money, we're talking about the purists, we're talking about the love for the game. But I think IPL has reached such a plateau or such a moment where we're talking about commercialization of the game, but it's also brought in more people to watch the game, families to watch the game. But we also need to look at the fan experience. When I talk about fan experience, how do people feel going to the stadiums? Are the bathrooms really good? Is there safety even now in the stadiums? That's something which we need to look at. See, BCCI is making a lot of money in this, which goes without saying. Teams are making a lot of money. The fact that you're talking about Shah Rukh Khan, you're talking about all these, business people who came in, they're coming in for the love of money and for the love of cricket. But at the end of the day, now with, we are talking about a product which is so matured right now. We're talking about so much of money. What's in it for the fans? What's in it for the person who's really watching the game? The families which come in, are they having a great experience? You spoke about the fact that you go on the website crashes, right? RCB website, or like what we saw last day, which happened in Chinnaswamy Stadium. So I really believe there's a lot of money which has been spoken about. There's a lot of, and which is great for India as a brand, for India as a global brand, and it also builds India's economy. But I think at the end of the day, there needs to be a balance between cricket, the love for cricket, the talent which comes in, and also the fact that how does the game progress from here? Are we just talking about 12 nations playing the game of cricket? Are we talking about India playing a more stellar role in terms of not just IPL, but how does it progress to other nations? How do we make sure this stays at the top and remains at the top? How does this generate more employment? How does this make sure that we stay on the top always? How does it make sure that there are more parties which come in? Because this obviously shows India in a very shining light. No doubt about that. The money is great, everything is good. But at the end of the day, what's the experience for the fan? What's the experience for people like you and me who would just want to watch the game? Minus all the show sharaba. Can we watch the game? Can we have good facilities in the stadiums? Can we have a good viewing experience? That's more important. Also, the players who come in for IPL, you're talking about talent, like 14-year-old boys coming in and, playing cricket like Suryavanshi or even a Sanju Samson. There are so many brands. IPL is, I don't know, we have all grown with IPL now. It's 18 years old, 19 years old. We're all grown. The brand has matured so much. It's become a part of our life. I know of people who make sure the calendars are blocked for the IPL viewing experience. You watch it on TV. But right now, we need to also think about the fact that where is the balance? There's so much of money being pumped in. People know that it's a global brand. Everybody knows that it's the fastest growing brand in India as well as across the world. But where is the balance? Where is the fan experience? How are the players getting generated? How are we managing the players? What's the mental health of the players, right? And the people who are coming in, business people who are coming in, the actors and actresses who are coming in. Why is it such a closed loop? Why can't more people come in? Why can't we have more valuations? I think the real point here really has to be, the tipping point really has to be in terms of people love the game in cricket. Cricket is a religion in India. Everybody knows it. But now from here, we know that this game is a religion. We know so many people watch it in India and across the world. Now from here, how do we make it better for the fans? How do we make it better for people who genuinely love the game? How do we make it better for the cricketers? The people who come on the field, they are almost like gladiators now. I feel these gladiators who come in on the field are almost, they're wearing, they deal with so much of pressure. The family is involved. It's all about the reels. It's all about the digital media. It's all about how they look at, how they respond back. It's all about each team becoming a brand in itself. Each moment has been calculated. And even the game, the T20 game has evolved so quickly. We're not talking about overs. We're not talking about 10 overs. We're not talking about 20 overs. We're talking about 2 to 3 balls. In 2 to 3 balls, the momentum of the game changes forever. So I think IPL is at the right place.
But
IPL
my question is that with such big business conglomerates and serious sporting league owners have invested in IPL, do you believe that they're going to bring some kind of expertise here in terms of better viewing experience, because they want the investment to grow as well? They've paid huge
Absolutely.
sums for it.
I think that's something they need to ask. That's something they need to, we all know, right? IPL is a great experience, but when you go to the stadiums, when you go to the bathrooms there, it's not good at all.
Yeah.
I think BCCI needs to do much more. And
Correct.
this is
So
where the
do you
investors
believe
need
that
to put
this money
pressure.
will be
We're
put
talking
into
about
that
the seats.
direction
We're talking
to
about
better our
there's so many
stadiums, to
solve
better our
logistical
infrastructure?
challenges. That's something they need to also focus on. So like I
Mahavir?
said, there has to be a balance.
Yeah. Mahavir, final word?
One thing I really appreciated when the BCCI got a money, that all the people that who had played Ranji Trophy domestic, they gave them some sort of money or a pension, so at least that thing, that they have realized that okay, the money is coming. So all the people who couldn't play for India during those times when the cricket was not popular, all those people who played 50 Ranjis, 100 Ranjis, they were given money accordingly. I know a lot of people who have got that money. So BCCI has been giving money to their players. Look, all I want to say is that now BCC is giving money to other players, to other countries also. Please start playing cricket, because there will be no one else. It's good money, but I think maybe we have aged. I can't think about how I was used to think when I was 22, 24 years old. So I cannot think up to that level or that passion, because maybe our 18 years of cricket has reduced that passion. Maybe a kid is more passionate about these games right now. So I can only say about myself. All I am saying is this money is going with BCCI. So let's make it let's make it something worth. I mean, we could. I'm sitting right now in Raipur for Khelo India Tribal Games, and the situation is pathetic. So I just feel that maybe BCCI can start helping other organizations or other sports. Please, you also. So let's become a sporting country rather than a cricket watching country. I mean, there are so many leagues. We have become a cricket watching country. Sorry, a sports watching country rather than sports playing country. So that's all. Otherwise, BCCI's money, they can do whatever they want to do.
All right. Thanks very much, both of you. I really appreciate your time on this. Well, it's certainly got a lot of money into the coffers of the BCCI, and probably players are going to be paid more. The game is going to be more enhanced. Viewer experience, like the gentleman here said, is poor. Hopefully, that's where money would go. Your live watching experience, your stadiums, your toilets, your infrastructure. Hopefully, all of that will be smoothened and elevated for a better and more stellar experience, considering the money that's coming in. We're keeping our fingers crossed. The season starts barely in 2 days. All eyes on it. Thank you.